Back in the day, me and my little bro used to run into the laundry room and we'd check for the dryers that had an extra like 5-10 minutes on it. And then we'd hop in it and then, he'd hop in it and we'd hit the button and we'd spin around. It'd be like a ride at the carnival, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. A lot of news today. We got a lot of news. I started that. I just remember back in the day I was talking about it. Yeah, me and my little brother we were young, right? We were like fucking like 7-8 years old. We would just run into the laundry room, and then those it was like a shared in apartments, right? You'd have the laundry room, and it's, every now and then you'd take your clothes out. They're already dry, right? You don't want to you just leave like 5 minutes on it. We'd run in, sneak in. But I remember me and we got older, right? We obviously got older, but we still wanted to do that. So we'd go into the laundry room, and we were like big. We could barely even fit in it, and we were heavier. And we would try it. I remember the last time we tried it, the fucking machine started smoking. It didn't. We didn't spin around like we normally did. So we just started smoke. The thing started smoking, and we said, okay, we can't do that again. But I was just reminded like of that time because I truly believe that like Brian Laundry is hiding out in the laundry room. You know what I'm saying? He's hiding in the dryer. So we got a lot of news. I just came in today, and I'm going to read this off my phone. These huge Pandora paper leaks exposes offshore accounts of politicians, celebrities, and billionaires. This is like the equivalent of at least 14.3 trillion is held in offshore jurisdictions worldwide, according to this leak. The Panama Papers revealed today a global consortium of media outlets shows at least 35 employers, 45 current or former world leaders, more than 300 public officials around the globe for this fucking tax haven, dude. Former Prime Minister Tony Blair, the fucking Prime Ministers of the Czech Republic, Kenya, the King of Jordan. All of these guys have dirty money overseas. The 11.9 million files consisting of everything from email leaks to bank statements, incorporation documents, and shareholder registries. 14 different firms. So it's confirmed that it's not a big conspiracy. Panama Papers shows people have dirty money overseas in these islands. More and more, every day, more and more conspiracies turn out to be true. More and more things that that's a tinfoil hat. More and more. Hey Jay, that's come on. You really think these billionaires have fucking islands with a bunch of cash on their island, hidden away, tucked away? Come on, man. They have it in the regular bank accounts, man. Well, there we go. Just a couple $1 trillion overseas, no big deal. I mean, the weird thing is when you tell people like, hey, listen, this actually came out, like, this isn't a conspiracy anymore. They go, oh, come on, who cares about that? That's old news. And you go, but we were just arguing it a couple years ago. Like, there's dirty money overseas. We got bigger fish to fry today. Like, we'll move on. I mean, there's still so much to talk about. The NBA. You guys hear about this? The NBA, especially the stars, the NBA stars, they were quote vaccine hesitant now. That's the new term, vaccine hesitant. Or the players just overall did not want to get the vaccine. They were forced to get the vaccine because the league made them miss games in the mandates. They said they won't be paid when they miss the games. So it directly was affecting their bank account, directly affecting their way of living. So I got Andrew Wiggins was very hesitant, we'll quote, to get the vaccine, but he said he was basically cornered. He was cornered, and they came out and he said he got the vaccine. Now he can go out, run along and play his basketball. It's a weird scenario, and it's gonna be weird to see how this plays out, because these are ultimately the most healthiest guys ever. And they also were saying that, man, we're not really that worried about getting COVID to begin with, because people that are dying of COVID are the people that are obese, that smoke, drink like a fish, have asthma, have the two or more comorbidities. I feel like when we look at the science, we're not looking at all of the science, especially working out. Just naturally, like how many people run up and down a court for their job? How many people, you know what I mean? Like, if you fucking, like, day laborers and construction workers and guys that like fucking lift hundreds of pounds every day. Namely me, like, how many times are you guys doing that in your day-to-day job? Which is, I mean, like, you know, and then you go home and then you work out or you stretch and you eat healthy. Like, I got fucking strawberries and pineapple that I'm eating. How many people do that? Like, how many people are really truly being healthy? Like, the government should also mandate like actual workout regimes. Yeah, everybody meet up at the park and we're gonna go for a couple laps around the park, dude. Like, let's get a jog going or a brisk walk. Why is none of that talked about? Why is none of the, like, hey guys, you have to eat some fruit and vegetables? Like, it's not like, you can eat McDonald's every day, just get the vaccine. You could eat Burger King all the time, but just fucking get the vaccine. You know what I mean? You can have KFC every night, but you better wear that fucking mask. You know me, man. It's constantly just, it's the one or the other. Like, the government's playing big. It's like big. It's all or nothing. It's like, hey, we really want what we want to push, because we got money in the Pfizer stock, we got money in the Moderna stock, we got money in these stocks, so we need to get these stocks. They don't have money in fruit, they don't have money in vegetables, they don't have money in fucking workout regimes and gyms. They're like, dude, nobody goes to the gym. We put money into the gyms on January, and right around February we take it out because the New Year's resolution, everyone signs up for the gym memberships January. That's what we do. That's our business. That's our money. That's our game plan. We put money into lockdowns. We shorted all the small companies, so it makes sense that we want those small companies to go under. That's a little conspiratorial for you, but I mean, I feel like it's getting ridiculous. It's definitely getting ridiculous. Me and my cousin said this. One day they're gonna take us out back, and they're just gonna put us in a fucking train, and we're gonna go down to Auschwitz, and it's just gonna be like, they're already getting some of the old like those internment camps and shit from Auschwitz. They're gonna rebuild them as a resort, so they're fixing them up already. So I don't know, what are they gonna do with them? They're not gonna make it a tourist spot for sure. It's gonna be one tour there. It's just gonna be one-way tickets there. They're sending all the unvaccinated, which is gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. I see that the strippers are the only ones out here challenging the actual measures. Strippers out in Ontario, they're pissed off at the pandemic measures and the restrictions. You know, an advocacy group representing the strippers will argue that the pandemic measures affecting the strip clubs have targeted the workers and violated their charter rights. Now, it'd be weird if the strippers were actually arguing. You know, like the actual, like the strippers came in with like their sexy little fur boots and their high heels and stockings, and this tits out, tits out, low cut. They're like, Judge, I just feel like no one wants to touch me anymore. How am I gonna get my tips with these tits if no one's able to touch these tits? Yeah, something like that. But a group representing the strippers is arguing, and it's the factum for work safe, twerk safe, which is that's a good name. Work safe, twerk safe. Off topic. I'm pretty sure the guy that made that, work safe, twerk safe, he took the day off. As soon as he was like, work safe, twerk safe, that's the name that we're gonna fight. We're gonna make sure that these strippers are okay. He took the day off. He just was like, fuck it, dude. Just lit up a Cuban and said, fuck it. So that I don't know, factum or whatever, work safe, twerk safe, argues that the accommodations were made for the businesses and the strip club owners and the people at the top, of course, but the strippers weren't accommodated. The strippers weren't even protected for their labor protections, or even consulted on the measures. They had no idea what was going on. They wanted some information, and still, I think to this day, there's not really. I mean, what do strippers do? You walk into a strip club, what? They got a plexiglass. They're locked in, and they have like an ATM machine, and you put the money in, and it goes into the other side of the plexiglass. I have no idea what strippers do, but then they weren't consulted. They have no idea what the true restrictions are for working and twerking, and they put the owners ahead of, and the owners of the clubs and the business guys ahead of these strippers who are shit out of luck. So I don't know. I feel like I'm very conspiratorial in the sense that, look, if you just look at who made the money, who's making the money, follow the money. You can't say that they wanted this to happen, but literally all the trillionaires and billionaires and even millionaires, some millionaires that were lucky that knew a guy that was a billionaire, they all got trillions of dollars. The entire world, bottom half of the world, lost trillions of dollars. Now, if you follow the trillions of dollars that was lost from the people, namely us that are making less than whatever money, if you made less than $1 trillion last year, we lost whatever trillions. They gained that same amount of trillions. So literally, if you just have a pie of the money in the world, the trillions that we lost, and I can't make this any more simple than this, the pie went into their pie. And now they have the trillions that the bottom half lost. I don't know how to make this more clear. But the fucking middle class does not exist. The line for lower class was raised up where middle class should have been, and a lot of people fell down to the bottom class. There's no such thing as middle class anymore. It's just you're either a billionaire or you're struggling. That's what it is. It's simple mathematics, and this is no conspiracy. I can make this as simple as possible. See, if I had $1 trillion and then I lost $1 trillion, and then my friend is sitting over there going, I just found $1 trillion. I'm not gonna go, well, it's just procedure. That's just, I can't blame him because I'll start sounding conspiratorial. No, it's fucking, it's their, dude, they just took our money. They just took the regular working classes people's money, and they shut down all of the business. They shut down if you had a business 2 years ago, dude, and you were just, day-to-day working, pet shop, little, you're trying to compete with PetSmart. You had your own little business trying to compete with fucking, these you had a little restaurant trying to compete with these franchises. dude, they did exactly. They killed it. They killed business. They just killed business, and it sucks. And it's not a conspiracy. When you look at how many cases do we have? We have like 400 cases out in Ontario. There's 499 cases, 1 death. This sounds like just a normal disease, dog. COVID-19 doesn't sound that bad, and I know that sounds really. Oh, you know, all the you're excusing. I'm not excusing nothing. It's a bad disease, but come on, can we get healthier? Can we get a little more prone to safety measures? Can we get some more actual news from the government other than, all right, here's the body count, now lock it down. You can't do this, can't do that. Get our fucking vaccine, dog, and you'll be safe. It's like, dude, if I get the vaccine and I go out and I'm fucking unhealthy and I'm coughing on everybody, that's not going to prevent people from getting actual COVID-19, right? Think about it, you fuckers. I don't know. I'll move on from this thing, but right after this, misinformation. You know, it's a big word. I feel like it's being thrown around a lot. A lot of people are misinformed. I go, who's informing the general public? Who owns the media outlets and social media accounts? Who's truly misinforming people, man? Who? I don't know. It's fucking the big media. It's big government. They're fucking, dude. When they came out, and I said this before, when they came out and said, dude, 72 hours COVID stays on the surface, people were fucking afraid to touch everything. People walking around with gloves. When they said that this is an airborne disease, I seen people spraying the air with like Lysol where they walked. There was every you know, the germ killer thing. When they said what did they say? They said this is gonna be fuck, I can't remember. They said something that was real, that had people mail, that the mail thing was, they said something about the mail, you know, because it's glass on surfaces, and then you better, like, people weren't opening their mail, dude. You know what I mean? Like, things that just had people so fucking worried. And so, and it now come to find out, we're 2 years into this pandemic. Has a lot of people died? Quite a bit. Has a lot of people died of cancer? Yeah, quite a bit. Has a lot of people died, you know, from like drunk driving? Yeah, for sure. A lot of people have died from fucking the other comorbidity. They would have died from fucking obesity. People died from a heart attack. People died drinking their liver to fucking shit. People die. That's just, people do that. This is what people do. For some reason, billionaires get a new heart and they're alive till they have a nice, long, healthy life. How are these billionaires surviving? They got a medical staff, all-star staff team and shit. They're not gonna die. These guys just get a new heart from the children that they have left on Epstein's island. It is what it is. But just people die. This is what people are gonna die. But. Of course, with COVID, it's not that bad. With COVID, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Trust me. I think I had COVID. I think I had COVID in 2019, before it was cool to have COVID. I had that shit. And people were... well, this was before we even knew about it. And people are making it sound so much worse than it was. But I got really sick. And I've been around people now to this day with COVID, and I didn't catch anything. So if put on my conspiracy hat for a second, and if the antibodies and natural immunity worked, it shows in the proof that people that I come in contact with that do have COVID, and I don't get COVID, means I had COVID before, and I don't have the money to even afford to check the antibodies or anything like that. I can't really do much. I'm in the bottom. I'm in the line that I described earlier. I'm in the bottom half of the trillion, where the line is trillionaires. I'm in the bottom half, so that means I'm broke. But yeah, I can't afford the whatever those things are and shit like that. But to check out if you have the antibodies or the spiked protein. What is a spiked protein? The fuck is, like, I'm trying to figure out what these terms are. Like spiked protein, like who's spiking these proteins? I guess like I just imagine like a protein cell in inside